Welcome in, One Nation, to another episode of The Latest Buzz. I'm your host, TJ Wingert. Let's start with the men's tennis team, who were at the ITA Regionals and were represented by Cooper Bruin and Levi Vigdorchek, so a big shout out to a pair of juniors. Meanwhile, women's soccer hit the road to Washington and Lee. Despite falling behind in the first half, the Hornets stayed resilient and picked up their 8th straight win in an overtime thriller. Equalizer came from Taylor Smith in the 78th minute, and the golden goal came courtesy of Alex Allen, with Amanda Wigboldy assisting on the game winner. But that wasn't the only Lynchburg soccer team scheduled to battle the Generals, as the men's soccer team suited up versus WNL for the second time this year. When they previously met, the Generals were the number 11 team in the country, but for this meeting, they entered as the number 1 team in the country. Washington Elite struck first with the goal in the 4th and then made it 2-0 just before halftime. Luke Mega garnered his 5th goal in the year in the 55th minute, but WNL would get that goal back and top the Hornets 3-1. Also in action on Saturday, the women's tennis team played host to Covenant College and bested the Scots 8-1 on Saturday afternoon. Over in Louisville, Kentucky, the cross-country programs had a big showing at the Live the Louisville Cross Country Classic. Max Sparks broke a program record in the 8K that stood since 2009 and was set by eventual national champion Ricky Flynn. Sparks finished 4th in the event. The men's program overall finished in 7th place. Meanwhile, the women's team finished in 6th and featured 2 top 20 finishes coming courtesy of Stephanie Burnett and Kelsey Lagunas. Transitioning to the volleyball team, they had a pair of matches on Saturday afternoon. Both made it to the full 5 sets. Hornets bested Marymount, then would fall to Stevenson as the Stevenson Mustangs hosted the tournament. Lynchburg will be back on Wednesday night for Breast Cancer Awareness Night and to host Mary Washington. And to round out today's episode, we always talk about them at the very end, but what a way to end it. Let's talk about the field hockey team with a road trip out to Denison University and Kenyon College. Starting with Saturday's matchup with Denison, it was another dominant showing for the Hornets, knocking off the Big Red 3-0. 2 goals on the day for Jackie Laro and another for Casa Romero. Sunday saw Lynchburg pick up another W, edging past Kenyon in overtime, 2-1 final score there. Franca Veronek tallied the first score of the match. Kenyon tied it up, and then the golden goal was provided by Emily Dudley, her 7th goal on the year. And we also have to mention Kayla Brady, the goalkeeper, 7 saves for the sophomore. Her impact was massive, to say the least. That'll bring a close to this episode of The Latest Buzz. Be sure to head to lynchburgsports.com for more of the latest news, results, and stories revolving around Lynchburg athletics.